Everyone, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ahmed, as you all may know, and it's a big honor that I'm your speaker today. So before I start my talk, I just want everyone to know, I'm just like you all. I know as much as you all do, and we all are learners. Everyone here is a learner, and we all keep learning until we go back to our graves. And it's important for all of us to know that no one is perfect, and every day we learn something new. Every day we wake up knowing that we are better than before, and we hope that we become way better until we reach to the very end, because we never know when we're going to go away from this world. So let's make every moment of it. So now speaking on my topic says importance of gratitude and adaptiveness. I just want to start by saying a small word. What do we exactly mean when we say success? Any definitions? When we define success, what do we mean? What is success? Anyone? Mo- Anyone else? Okay, so we have answered money, achieving a goal that we have never achieved. So one more question. What do we think of happiness? Who can define happiness in their exact terms? So everyone gives their definition of success as having money, reaching a goal we've never reached before, and defines happiness as seeing something that we like to see, seeing our family members happy, seeing our people close to us be successful in their world. So like, I just want to talk to you about this. Do we ever think of success as happiness? Success as a platform where we actually are happy, our family members see us as nice people, we are loved by the people around us, not by the community or the country where we live in, rather by the people that are close to us, the people that are actually handy to us when we come in trouble. So today my topic gives a small hint on the theme of the TEDx event this year, echo chamber. So echo chamber can mean a lot of things, but I just want to give my own definition of these things. These things have a vast term, but everyone has their own mindset and own definition of these terms. So I believe an echo chamber is something that keeps reciting in your head again and again, whether it's a good thought or a bad thought. It does not let you open your mind to anything else. So you're just stuck with this one mindset, and you cannot move on from this mindset. People that are stuck in an echo chamber really struggle and have problems succeeding when it comes to success. So now, me personally, according to my research done and my understanding of all these things, I have three things that I believe can help a person to go successful. My first thing I can say is gratitude, happiness. My second thing, I can call it patience. And the third thing is adaptivity. So let's start on with gratitude first of all. Let me give you a story. I'm not a very memorable person, and my mindset is not something that remembers things a long time ago. But this small story just got stuck in my head. Even though it's so old, I have no idea why I remember it. But I hope you all are able to learn something from it. So when I was in year two, my year two book had this story about a crow that complained a lot. This was the name of the... So a crow was drinking water one day, and it noticed its reflection in the water. And it says, "Why am I so ugly? And why have I not been given vibrant colors like other parrots or other animals? And why is it me that have been built like this?" Saying this, it flies back to Mother Nature, complains, "Oh, why have I been built like this? Why can't I be a parrot? Make me a parrot, please." So the Mother Nature sees this and says, "Can you please go to a parrot and ask the parrot, do you want me to become like you, or am I better off like this?" So the crow goes to the parrot. When it goes to the parrot, it keeps looking for the parrot. It goes in a deep jungle, because we all know parrots live in jungles. So it goes in a deep jungle, can't find the parrot. Almost about to give up, the parrot yells and says, "My friend, are you looking for me?" To which the crow replies, "Yes, indeed I was. And where were you all this time?" To which the parrot complains on how its green colors make it camouflage to the leaves and how no one is able to see it and is so unfair with it. To this, the crow is curious and asks the parrot, "Oh parrot, I believe I should be like you. Is it a good thought for me to be like you or no?" The parrot says, "Absolutely not. I hate being who am I and I wish I was a peacock." To this, the crow thinks, yes, a peacock would be a nice thing and I would love to be a peacock certainly. Both of these fly back to the mother nature and go put up their complaints that, "Why have I not been made a peacock? Please make us a peacock." To which the mother nature sends them to a peacock and says, "Go ask a peacock what it goes through. And if you're okay with it afterwards, I'll make you a peacock." They both go to the peacock and ask it, "Is it sensible for me to be a peacock? Look at you, you're so gorgeous. You've been made majestic. Everyone loves you. Even in zoos, people come only to see you. Many countries have you as their national animal." To which the peacock has no response except, "Shh, can you wait for a second?" Wait, all these three start waiting and they start hearing footsteps. Footsteps, footsteps, footsteps. And they're wondering who is it, but the peacock knows who it is. After a few minutes, the footsteps go away and both of them ask the peacock, "Oh peacock, what exactly were these footsteps? May I know?" The peacock responds, "Oh, these are just the hunters coming for my feathers, because my feathers are valuable, so I have no freedom of my own. I need to hide from these peacocks all the time." To which the peacock was asked by the crow and the parrot, "Should I be like you? Should I end up being like you?" The peacock responds, "Absolutely not. You do not want to live your life filled with fear and knowing that anyone can come for you any moment. It's not a sensible part of you to do this." The peacock says this and they both go back. Parrot goes back to its house and the crow does not go back to Mother Nature, embarrassed of what it was asking for. The crow goes back to the pond, looks at itself and says, "Have I not been made gorgeous? Have I not been made amazing?" So all these stories tell us that beauty is not what you see. Beauty is what's actually inside of you. Maybe the things that have been given to you are better than the things that you want. But please, let's not make a mistake of losing something you have before it's too late. Many people do not appreciate what they have. Many people do not think of the gifts that they've been given before it's too late. Another story, let's get on with adaptivity. How to adapt around your surroundings. Let me tell you something. A person, when he moves from one place to another, we all are expats here. Some of us are locals here and some of us are expats here. Tomorrow we'll move back to another country, move back to our own country. But our mindsets have been built according to this place because we've been living here for so long. Me personally, I've been living here for 16 years now. So everything I think of is according to this place. So when we move to another country, like we go for somewhere else for uni or someone might need to switch jobs and go some other place, we might struggle. We might have problems adapting to the new area. Why? Because we have a rigid mindset. We do not think according to the place. Rather, we want people to think according to us. This is a grave mistake done by most people. And people complain usually saying that the older generation does not understand us. Whereas the older generation says to the younger kids that you people need to learn according to us. So why not just the younger generation adopt according to the old people? And the old people understand what the young people want and they adopt according to them. This is a problem faced by society because of which parents do not bond with their children well. Younger siblings do not bond with their older siblings well. Teachers cannot bond with their students well. And principals cannot bond with their students well. A big problem, but it's easy to overcome. Maybe we need to just look on the bright side and see what we can do to overcome these problems. So giving about this a small story, I usually hear this phrase that when anyone gives an opinion that may sound as wrong and as illogical as it may seem, ask them their side of view, their opinions on that thing. So maybe you understand or maybe you learn something new out of it. A small story again, I saw this in a book while I was reading a book. There was a professor who enters his class. It was a physics class. He enters and he sees two students arguing over some physics equation, to which he smiles and says, "What's the problem?" One student gives his opinions and the other student gives his opinion. The professor, being an experienced teacher for so many years in such a high-level uni, understands this immediately, that the fact that this problem is correct for both of them and they both are right, but they both are just rigid in their own mind of views and are not ready to accept any of them. So the professor goes into his bag, takes a ball, places it on the table, asks both of the students to come on one side and the other student to come on the other side. The professor asks the first student, what's the color of this ball? The student proudly goes, it's white. The professor asks the other student, what's the color of this ball? The student looks at it, confused at the first student, and says, it's black, how can it be white? The professor smiles, picks up the ball, and twists it around, seeing that the other student is now seeing the black color, and the first student is now seeing the white color. Which just shows that everything has a different mindset. Everything has two views to be looked at from. We should not see a thing from one view. There's some reason 3 dimensions have been created. So we can look from the top, the side, and the front. We need to have a 360 mindset so we can see what the other person is thinking. Just not being stuck in our own circle, just not being stuck with what we think is right. What you think is right may be right, but the other person might not think of it as right. So if you're just stuck on what you keep thinking, you'll end up not being as happy as you are. My third and my final point of happiness comes from this one thing that many people lack. So we've gone through adaptivity. We've gone through gratitude. What about patience? I've seen a lot of people, especially in younger grades, that they have a problem with people trying to annoy them. I've seen a lot of kids that when they do something childish, people start annoying them by calling them names, making fun of the thing they did. And instead of laughing, they start crying, complaining, saying, why are they doing this to me? Leave me alone and all that. This just motivates people to annoy you even more. If you're a vulnerable target, they will target you even more. And this will keep on people just knowing that you're easy to target. And things just grow on from there. Maybe instead of just like getting offended over their jokes, maybe smile with them, laugh around with them, and instead of crying over what they say, joke with them as well about what they're saying. Yeah, you're right. I am kind of angry when it comes to these things. Haha. Yeah, you're right. I got bad marks in those exams. Like, there's no such thing as getting mad over something that has no use. We all know about the story about the goats that were crossing the bridge. It's a really old story if we talk of it this way. So there were 2 goats trying to cross a narrow bridge, but the bridge was small enough to only let one of the goats cross by. So one of the goats come in the middle of the bridge, and so does the other one. And they start fighting to let me go first. I'll go first. I came first. Let me go first. So think of it this way. Neither one goat had compromised, nor the other goat had compromised. They start fighting at the spot, and the both goats end up fighting, falling down the bridge, and drowned to their death. What did they get out of it? Nothing. So this is the same thing about society. If one person does not have patience, the other person should learn how to bring patience in themselves. And if the other person does not have patience, you need to learn how to bring patience in yourself. Otherwise, our society is going to collapse just like these 2 goats ended up collapsing to their death. People, life is like a river. The water you touch once is not going to come back again. The moments you have in life are rare, unique. You're not going to get them again. When I was in year 2, I was wishing to go to year 5. I went to year 5, I was complaining I want to go to year 8. I end up in year 8 trying to go to year 12. And here I am in year 13, just with 1 week of school left, and I'm going to go to uni. Just like that, life goes on. And you probably miss the moments you have back in year 5, and you say, why did I grow up? I wish I stayed in that phase. I wish I never grew up. So instead of saying, I wish when it's too late, why not just enjoy the moments we have with life? People do not live forever. People do not stay forever. No one is there for you forever. You need to be there for yourselves forever. People are going to leave one way or the other. Maybe they'll be called back to their graves where they came from. Maybe they will separate their ways from you because they have other responsibilities to take care of. They have other things to take care of, and they'll end up separating your ways from you. So instead of being stubborn, instead of fighting with people, be happy with what you have before it's too late, because life is not something that you get every day. Many people have lost their lives, and none of them have been seen. We have amazing personalities that went away from this world. We have bad personalities that went away from this world. Every day, thousands of people die, thousands of people come to life. But what makes you special? That's the thing you need to think about. What makes you unique from other people? What makes you different from the people that have died so many years ago? That maybe, probably, some people are dying today as well. You never know. People are going through diseases, people going through other conditions, people going through humanitarian crisis, may God help them and get them to the best level of their lives. People going through all these things need to understand that life is short and you do not have every day to live. We need to look at some other people to understand what we have is rare. People that have lost their parents complain about how losing their parents is the most powerful things. But us people who have our parents right now, are really ungrateful to them. We say our parents are too strict on us, or they don't give us enough time, or they don't let us do what we want to do. But tomorrow, we all have to leave. So one day, when our parents leave, part ways from us, what will we do then? Then all we can say is, I miss them. But it's no use to miss them when you never missed them when they were there. People, my last thing before I leave the stage, is that life is inevitable. You can die anytime. People die every time, just like I said before. Make a change in this world. Take a step towards the change in this world that makes some utter change in this world. Instead of just being a random person who gets forgotten in like 5 days by his own family members because all he did was be disrespectful towards them, be rude towards them, or not talk towards them much. At least make a small change that lasts for at least 2 years so that people know that when he died, he did something for us. When he died, people know that this was the man who made a change in our society, because of whom this new thing started. Be something that leaves a footprint in this world before it's too late. And that's all I have to say for today.